You ever feel like everyone else's life is a blockbuster movie? Meanwhile, yours is like the behind-the-scenes documentary. What if I told you that you have the power to see behind all those highlight reels, to uncover the real story behind every single perfect post? Yeah, my friends, I want you to stay tuned as we activate your X-ray vision. We're going to be diving deep into the power of perspective. But this, my friends, is not just another podcast episode. It's the beginning of your journey to see the unseen. That begs the question, are you ready to look deeper?
Welcome to Your Success DNA podcast, the go-to resource for entrepreneurs, business owners, and professionals who are ready to level up their lives. Your Success DNA podcast. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and empowered to create the life that you truly want. We will be sharing tips, tricks, and mindset shifts that you need to achieve your wildest dreams. Remember, your success is in your DNA.
What is up? What the heck is up, my success family? Yeah, welcome back to another episode of Your Success DNA podcast, where we decode the elements of genuine success and personal growth. And I am your humble host, Tracy Brinkman. And today, we're peeling back the digital curtain to reveal the unseen truths behind the glossy exteriors we always seem to see online. Here's a question for you. Have you ever scrolled through your social media feeds, or maybe you've found yourself flipping through the pages of some of those high-end lifestyle magazines, right? You see all the perfect smiles, the flawless achievements, and the exotic locations, maybe the fancy cars and the jets. And they all seem just kind of a finger flick or a thumb swipe away. Here's the thing, my friends. It's easy to get caught in the digital masquerade, comparing our everyday realities to someone else's highlight reel. I remember this one time I was sitting in my home office, much like you see right now, surrounded by piles of notes and a to-do list that seemed like War and Peace. Yeah, it was like this long, never-ending novel. So I took a quick break, which turned into a deep dive down into the Instagram rabbit hole. Picture after picture, everyone seemed to have it all figured out. And there I was, feeling like I was the only one paddling furiously just to stay afloat. This really got me thinking. It got me thinking about the stories that we tell the world and the ones we tell ourselves. In a world curated for likes and loves and hearts and shares, the most authentic story is the one that you live behind the scene. It's not about the applause. It's not about the accolades. It's about those unscripted moments, the messy, hair all tousled around, teeth unbrushed, raw and real. Yeah? You know what I'm talking about. So, if you've ever felt like you're not measuring up, if you've ever felt like you're wondering what lies behind those perfect snapshots, this, my friends, is the episode for you. We're going to explore how to activate your X-ray vision and see beyond the surface. We're going to appreciate the depth of your own journeys as well as those of others. As we navigate through the digital age, it is becoming increasingly difficult to separate the wheat from the chaff, the real, R-E-A-L, from the real, R-E-E-L. You know what I'm saying? Social media in all its glory serves as this double-edged sword. On one hand, it connects us, it inspires us, and it opens doors to a world we might not have ever seen otherwise. Maybe we would have seen it in books. On the other hand, it casts this veneer of perfection, and sometimes it's a little difficult to see past that. Here's what I want you to do. Think about the last time you posted something online. How many shots did it take to get the right one? How much time did you spend choosing the right filter, crafting the perfect caption, getting all the little stickers or animations on it? Yeah, well, let's be honest, we're all guilty of it to some extent. The art of presenting ourselves, our front stage, to the world. That's what it's all about, right? We want to curate this perfect picture. Oh, look at this perfect meal I'm eating. Oh, look at this perfect workout I'm doing. Oh, look at this six-pack abs I'm developing. But here's the question. What about the backstage? What about the outtakes, the bloopers, all the real life moments that did not make the cut, right? The ones you don't post. You see, Social media has become the art gallery that is our lives. But here's the catch. What we see is often a masterpiece of editing. It's not raw. It's not unfiltered. It's just curated to perfection. Each post is kind of a brushstroke of idealism, carefully curated or carefully presented in an image that's more aspiration than it is reality, right? You know what I'm talking about. You've seen them. Now, a few of us maybe follow folks that are a little more real, who still maybe curate things for the perfection, but then are willing to show the real deal. Yeah, okay.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
For me, it's not just about the photos or the stories that we tell. It's about the impact this digital curation is having on our perception of success and happiness. How many times, I want you to really listen, lean in right here. No matter what you're doing right now, washing the dishes, doing your workout, come to me for a couple of seconds here. You ready? How many times have we measured our own worth against the seemingly flawless lives of those that we follow, those that we see online? How often have we let a perfectly staged photo diminish the beauty of our own perfectly imperfect moments? Yeah, sit with that for a second. All right, but here's the silver lining. Awareness, my friends, is the first step to change, and that's what we're here for right now. By acknowledging the illusion, we start to see through it. We begin to appreciate the unedited snapshots that is our lives, the ones that truly matter. It's about finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. It's about celebrating those small wins, those real smiles, and those genuine connections. Even though the genuine connections aren't perfect, right? You may have a genuine connection with someone that every once in a while just rubs you the wrong way. So, as we peel back the layers of digital perfection, we uncover the authentic beauty of our everyday lives. Everything that's going on around us. You'll see behind me, I didn't put up my usual green screen. This is my space. As disheveled as it may seem to many of you, this is my space. Uncurated, right? It's here, in there, in those unfiltered moments, those unfiltered spaces that we find our true happiness. Not in the approval of others, but in the genuine appreciation of who we are, ourselves, in our unique journeys. So let's embrace the real. Let's embrace the raw, and let's embrace the genuine. Let's remember that every single perfect post is a person, just like you, just like me. And every single one of them out there are navigating the complexities of life, their life, your life, maybe their family life, their work life, whatever it may be. After peeling back the curtain of the illusion of social media perfection, let's talk about how we can sharpen our own perception, how we can activate what I would like to call our X-ray vision. I remember back when I was a kid, there were one of the ads you always saw in the comic books inside the pages, if not on that back page, was X-ray glasses, right? And you always saw the picture of it was usually a younger boy wearing the glasses, and this was a cartoon image, not a photographic image. Young boy wearing the glasses, and walking along behind him or alongside of him would have been a lady in a dress, implying that he could see through her dress. See, it's not about seeing through the walls, but it's about seeing through the facades that are everywhere in our feeds. I don't care what feed you're talking about. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all of them, right? First and foremost, it's crucial to cultivate a mindset of mindfulness as we engage with social media. Before scrolling, I want you to take a moment and center yourself. I want you to remind yourself that what you're about to see is a curated selection of highlights. It's never the complete story. Even on those folks, myself included, that say, hey, this is me real and raw, you don't see the whole story. You see that little chapter of the story. So let's dive in with some practical tips that you can use to develop this discerning perspective. 4 of them for you, right? I'm going to blast them off real fast, and we'll go into them a little bit deeper. Number 1, question the context. Number 2, balance your feed. Number 3, have a digital detox. And number 4, practice gratitude. Let's go back to number 1. Question the context. Whether you come across a post that triggers comparison or maybe it triggers envy, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what's the story behind that image, right? Here, you look at me, long beard, long hair, right? Glasses, my eyes are a little tweaked, I'm older, wearing my shirt that I love so much. And behind me, you see some of the things that I love. Kiss. You can see my drums behind me, my pinball machines. There's a story behind this image. Remember, my friends, every picture tells a story, but not every story is told by the picture. Yeah, so question the context. Number 2, I want you to balance your feed. You know what? Let me correct that. Number 2, I think you should balance your feed. You should curate your social media feed to include accounts that inspire and uplift, not just those that showcase those almost unattainable lifestyles. And I'm not saying it can't be attained. I'm saying sometimes you look at them and say, wow, I could never do that. And if you're thinking that, maybe they should just be curated themselves right on out of there. I want you to follow real people. You should want to follow real people with real stories. Those who share not just their triumphs, but their trials, their stumbles, their bumbles, their falls, their face plants, how they pick themselves, how they dust themselves off, right? How they got to those triumphs, the journey, not just the destination.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
Now, number 3, a digital detox. Yeah, I think this one here took me a little bit to learn. Once I did, it was amazing. Regularly take time away from social media. What? Yeah, take time away. Heck, take time away from this podcast to reconnect with the world around you. Put down the phone. And I'm not just talking about setting it face down when you're amongst friends. Turn that sucker into airplane mode. Put it up on a shelf. Put it in your purse. Put it in your jacket pocket. Hang your jacket up in the closet and talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Hang out with the real people. These breaks can help you reset your perspective and reduce the urge to keep comparing you with the rest of the world. Number 4, let's practice some gratitude, shall we? Let's counteract the comparison trap by keeping a gratitude journal, right? Reflect on everything that's in your life, your life's blessings, rather than focusing on what might seem to be missing from your online life. Think about all the things that you have right now, right this very second. You could be living in a shack alone, but you have a shack. You have a space. Everyone, even in the worst of their times, and I say this from my own experience, I've been homeless. Luckily, it was only for short periods of time. Even in those moments, I found something to be grateful for. Yeah, you should do the same. Okay? Here's where our X-ray vision, my friends, truly is going to come into play. It's about seeing beyond the pixels to the people, seeing beyond the pixels to the person, recognizing that behind every single post that you see online, there's a human being. Yeah, there's a human being that is going through their own set of challenges to get to those victories. Maybe they're just sharing the victories. Yeah, think about the challenges they went through to get there. Your X-ray vision, having this X-ray vision in this digital age means looking past the surface to understand the depth of the human experience. So, by applying those 4 tips, you'll not only protect your mental health, but you'll also foster a more authentic connection with those around you. Everyone, your family, your friends, and maybe even folks you haven't even met yet. It's about embracing the real. It's about embracing the imperfect and finding the beauty in the genuine. All right, now let's continue our journey into the depths of social media's glossy exterior by taking a moment to explore the reality that often lies hidden behind the curtain. Look, I get it. It's easy to forget that the people we admire online, those who seem to have it all together, all the money, all the homes, all the cars, all the women, all the men, whatever it might be, they're just like us. They're facing their own sets of challenges. They're facing their own doubts. They're going through their own struggles. Today, there are stories that reveal the often untold truths of those effortless posts that we see, right? Hey, wow, I put this post up, it got 1 million views or 10,000 likes, and it was effortless. Yeah, from entrepreneurs who faced bankruptcy before finding success. They didn't tell you about that part. Well, some of them do. And there's also the individuals out there who battle anxiety despite their confident online personas. And there's a few of them that I follow that say, you know what, I'm really an introvert. And sometimes those introverts do really good online, and they appear to be very extroverted. These stories remind us that the digital highlight reel is only one piece of the puzzle. Take, for example, the story of Sandra. Now, Sandra is this lifestyle influencer known for her breathtaking travel photos and the seemingly perfect life that she has that goes along with them. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Sandra is grappling with a very severe anxiety and the pressures of maintaining her online image. Her effortless posts, he says with air quotes, are the product of countless hours of work and moments filled with enormous doubt. Then, on the other hand, there's Michael. Michael is a tech entrepreneur whose startups always seem to be on the verge of that next breakthrough. They're about ready to crash through and just blow up. What isn't shared is the sheer number of failures that he's encountered along the way. Yeah, not talking about all those sleepless nights, not talking about all the resilience that it took to keep going despite every single one of those setbacks. See, these are the stories that serve as powerful reminders that behind every effortless post is a story. Behind every single one of these effortless posts is a struggle, a moment of doubt, just like yours. It's in these shared experiences that we find our common humanity. It's in these shared experiences that we find the real connection that transcends any one of those digital platforms that seems to suck us in every single day.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
So, as we pull back the curtain and acknowledge the full spectrum of the human experience, we'll begin to foster a far more compassionate and a far more understanding, social media environment, social media movement, social media consumption, whatever you want to call it. One where success isn't measured by the perfection of the post, but by the perseverance and the courage and the authenticity that it takes to live our real, unedited lives. All right? Now, as we start wrapping up today's journey together, I want to leave you with, another piece of whiskered wisdom. This is a nugget of truth that you can carry with you to navigate the choppy waters of life as well as social media. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to picture this. It's a serene lake at dawn. The ducks are gliding across the surface of the water gracefully. From a distance, it's a picture of tranquility. You can feel that soft breeze. The sunlight is just coming up over the horizon as dawn comes on. You can smell the grass. You can hear the flora and the fauna. You can't hear the flora, but you can hear the animals out there. But here's what you don't see. What you don't see is beneath that serene surface is the frantic paddling of those ducks, the constant effort to stay afloat and move forward. The image mirrors our own lives. Think about it. Especially in the digital age, where the surface often tells a different story. The surface shows the ducks just kind of gliding along. Yeah. So the next time the glamour of our lives seems to dim in the glow of others, I want you to pause and to remind yourself, we're all ducks. Yeah. We're serene on the surface, but we're paddling like madmen underneath the water. Your X-ray vision? It's your ability to remember that everyone has their own battles. No matter how calm the waters look on the surface, their little feet are going 100 miles an hour. Okay? Here's the top tip I want you to take with you. Make it a habit to affirm your journey. For every perfect post that you see out there, for every moment that you feel that twinge of desire, wanting to compare yourself, acknowledge one real, acknowledge one imperfect but beautiful part of your own life. Celebrate a personal win. No matter how small, I want you to simply appreciate a moment of genuine connection and joy. This practice isn't about ignoring the beauty or ignoring the success of others, but about balancing it with a healthy dose of reality and self-appreciation. It's about recognizing the beauty in the raw, unedited moments that make up the tapestry of everyone's life, theirs and yours. Carry this wisdom with you, okay? Let it be a beacon of light on the days when the digital shadows seem to grow long, right? Remember, your value shouldn't be measured by likes. It definitely shouldn't be measured by shares or by the perfection of the posts, but instead by the depth, resilience, and authenticity that you have in your journey. So, as we wrap up today's exploration on the power of perspective and the reality behind that digital curtain, I want you to take a moment to reflect on the journey we've shared over the past, 20 minutes or so. We began by peeling back the layers of social media's illusion of perfection, reminding ourselves that what's presented is often the front stage. Look, friends, it's a carefully curated highlight reel that may not fully represent the story behind the image. Just saying. Then we ventured into the realm of activating your X-ray vision, learning how to develop a more discerning perspective that sees beyond the surface level perfection and appreciates the depths as well as the complexity of a real life. And I mean that R-E-A-L, not R-E-E-L. Through stories and insights, we've uncovered the backstage realities, the struggles, the doubts, and those unedited moments that really make us who we are. These stories remind us that behind every single effortless post, he says with air quotes, is a real human being paddling furiously under the surface, but remaining calm on the surface, just like you and just like me. And here's the heart of what we discovered. I had to wrap it all up in one big bow. True vision is seeing the unseen, understanding the struggle behind the success, and recognizing the beauty in the raw, unedited chapters that is our lives, that is the lives of those around us. It's in these unfiltered moments that we will find our true selves, our resilience, and our strengths. Embracing our own journeys with all of our imperfections, it's not just an act of courage. It's a celebration of being real, of being authentic, of just being who we are at our core. So as you move forward, carry with you the wisdom of seeing beyond the pixels and valuing the real over the curated, and of finding a bit of beauty in being genuine, a bit of beauty in the unscripted narratives that is our lives. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Remember, your story is unique, your struggles are valid, and your successes, no matter how small, are 100% worth celebrating. So until next time, keep embracing the beauty of your real, unedited self. Hey, here's the thing. If today's episode gave you the slightest bit of a new lens through which you could view your world, share your story at yoursuccessdna.com. Down there in that right-hand corner, you'll see a little microphone. Go ahead and drop us a voicemail. Yeah. Let's lift the curtain together and share the real, unedited versions of our lives. And of course, remember to rate, review, and subscribe to keep exploring the depths behind the surface. Until next time, keep your X-ray vision sharp and your perspective clear. Think successfully and take action.
Thanks for listening to Your Success DNA podcast. Whether you're starting out or you're a seasoned entrepreneur, we have the tools and inspiration that you need to take your life to the next level. So stay tuned for more game-changing advice in our upcoming episodes. And hey, before you go, a quick reminder to check out our past episodes of Your Success DNA for more inspiring stories and practical advice. And if you've loved what you heard, leave us a review and share this podcast with your friends and colleagues. Let's all level up our lives together, shall we? Remember, your success is in your DNA.